Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. I've got two daughters, Rihanna aged 13 and Lauren aged 9. Beautiful girls. I feel sorry for any man that wants to church them. Seriously, I'm going to go all grimy and greasy when they come to my house. There'll be 10 of us sitting around the table with hats on, smoking cigars. I ain't into knife and gun crime at all, man, but any man that comes into my house, they better watch that. Okay, alright. But anyway, I was talking to my elders, and we were having this conversation, and we were saying about what is the theme music that will be playing if you walked into a room. So let me ask you guys a question. Me and my daughter were having this conversation. If you walked into a room and theme music was playing, what would be the theme music that would be playing? What would be playing for you? Huh? Who? Trey song say okay. That's alright, I'll work with that, okay. Anyone else? How many of you know Prodigy? You know Firestarter? Yeah. That's my song. I'm good. So I'm 42 years old. I've been with my wife since I was 19. Alright, so I've been with her since I was 19 and love her to bits. I don't know why she still hangs around with me, and when I run out of money, I'm sure I will know then, okay? Lovely woman, love her to bits, beautiful woman, she's lucky to have me. And I'm incredibly lucky to have her as well. I told you I've got two daughters, and I love doing this. Do you know what? When I was in school, they said to me in my English report, Dave McQueen is good at drama. Dave McQueen is good at poetry. He's got some great creative writing. But in class, he talks too much. He's always talking. And he's never going to make a living out of talking. And now I do. I run my own trading company. I get to travel around the world, okay? For those of you who have heard this before, I get to travel around the world. I have been to Singapore, I have been to Thailand, I've gone to Asia, I've gone to Kenya, I've gone to Tanzania, I've gone all over Europe, I've gone to North America. Are you from Tanzania? Somebody say? Yeah. Sorry. Alright. I've been to South America, and I've been able to travel all these places just because somebody told me I couldn't speak, and now I get paid to talk. This is great! There's only two places, two continents in the world that I haven't been. One is Australia, and I'm going there, and the other one is Antarctica. And I know there are only penguins in Antarctica, but when I see those rude boys walk down the road like penguins, okay, I'll be used to it. And it is my dream, I want to go. I really want to go. And the reason why I share this with you is because I am no different than any of you guys sitting in here. When I was in school, I knew I was capable of doing stuff, but I wasn't no gifted and talented student. I just knew, and I shared with you guys earlier, that I had to buckle down and be able to do things, what I wanted to do, to get to where I wanted to go. I had to work hard. You really, really have to believe in what it is that you're going to do. Put your heart into it. So I'm going to share three things with you. You've got to be confident, you've got to be creative, you've got to be committed. Now with me, I've always been quite confident in speaking. I used to be a singer. I told some of you guys before I did that, did a little bit of drama. And I told you guys when I messed up in my exams, I was quite confident at chirping as well. Yeah. Right. I know I ain't no model. I know I'm closer to Butters than I am to Pretty. All right? Oh, I know that. But for me, I was able to chirps. Show David a good time. Okay? Legally. You all have issues. Stop going on them sites on the web, alright? Okay, anyway. So for me, when I was chirping with my missus, right, I had to bring my game. I bring my game hard. Alright? So I'm either gonna go hard or go home. So for me, it was about, you know what, when I'm chirping, I want to show it, look, this is Dave. Dave, this is the guy you want to be with in the future. This is a guy who could be your future husband, your future baby daddy. And I would take her out to the cinema. And I wouldn't just watch like normal films, I would watch like French films. I don't know what the hell they were saying. I take her out French films, Italian films, international, so I take her to the theatre. Alright? I take her out for a meal, guys, and I'm not talking chicken cottage. You need to get over that. Because one day we're going to have children. All predicting my future, right? Well, we're going to have children. When we have children, we're going to go swimming. And I'm going to be down in the shallow end teaching them how to swim. And you're going to be up there drowning, and I'm going to leave you. So you need to learn how to swim. So when my daughter was born, when I just turned 29, 30. And I remember going, just after she was born, I said, right, my 30th birthday, this is embarrassing, 12 years ago, I need to learn how to swim. Because when I go and tell students, they're all laughing at me, I need to sort it out. And I remember going into the pool one day, and there was a guy sitting in a wheelchair. And he was an amputee. So basically, he had lost both of his legs from his knee. So he was amputated here. Now, for those of you who know me, you know that I'm a kind of person, if you know me as a friend, I'm the kind of person, I will tell you as it is. If your hair don't look right, I will tell you. If your beard don't look right, your weave, your hair, whatever it is, I will tell you. All right? Whatever it is. No, you rock it good, girl, don't you worry, okay? But I will tell you. Okay? And I'm not very good at hiding emotions on my face either as well. So I go into the pool and I see this guy in the wheelchair, and I'm looking at him like, where are you going? And he looks at me like, you think I can't swim, don't you? And you know you get embarrassed and your voice goes high, and I'm like, no, I never said anything. And he said, don't worry, a lot of people don't think I can swim, but I had to learn how to swim. And he said, and what it was is that I was in a really bad car accident. I had to get cut out of the car. But I had lost the use of my legs, and I was feeling sorry for myself. I was feeling, you know, the world stopped. But somebody told me there were a lot of people out there who were blind, who were deaf, with one arm. As you saw, guys, there was a video that was shown earlier to some of the guys who were in the red group. There's this one guy who's only got one little bit of a limb and no arms, and he will go out there and swim. And he said to me, what I had to realize is in order to be able to win that battle was in my mind. I had to tell myself that I was capable of doing it. And he learned how to swim. I saw the guy get out of the wheelchair. I'm looking around like, please, you better know how to swim because I can't help you, all right? Jumps into the, well, falls into the pool and swims. Sorry, falls is not the right word, sorry. Please forgive me, that was so unpolitically correct. But he falls, oh Lord. He gets into the pool and he swims up and down. Powerful swimmer, really powerful. And I learned how to swim that day. Because I thought if a guy with no legs, or no feet can swim, I'm going to learn how to swim. I ain't the greatest swimmer in the world, but I can swim out in the sea now. I can swim in the pool. I take my kids, God help them, into swimming, okay? And what I learned is about what we tell ourselves. So some of you guys may be sitting in here and thinking, do you know what? I'm not as pretty as the person beside me. Or I'm not as hench, or peng, or chung, or whatever the word is. All right? God, I hate those words. I'm not going to use them anymore, I swear. Okay? And you may think, I'm not as clever as the person beside me, or, you know, I don't have as much money, or blah, blah, blah. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Because I tell you now, everybody has got their own insecurities. Don't worry about anybody else. Be confident in who you are. I wrote down this plan. And I said, by the time I'm 40, I'm going to reach 1 million people. I sent it out to a friend of mine. A friend of mine told me about this audition that they were having at Channel 4. So I rock up to this audition. Bear in mind, right, I'm 38 years old. I can go into most places and people don't know my age. All right? I can rock it when I don't have my little greys in my beard. I just shave it down, wear my pink trainers, and everything's crisp. I rock into this room and I'm like 38 years old. And I see this room, and everybody else who's going for the interview is like in their early 20s. And I ain't gonna lie to you, as confident as I am, I was nervous. I was proper shook, all right? I'm looking around and I'm thinking, look, they're all like 18 years younger than me. They're like young enough to be my children. I'm looking at one guy thinking, you are my... No, not really, okay. I'm joking, I only got 2. Behave yourself. But I walk into this room and I go and I do this audition, and they say, right, out of the 16 of you, we're going to choose 4. And from the 4, we're going to choose 2. And I walk away and I think, oh, that's not bad. They call me up and they say, Dave, you've made it down to the last 4. I'm excited. I call my mum. I'm like, Mum, I might be on TV. She's like, what, on Crime Watch? Mum has a twisted sense of humor, okay, all right? So I go and I make this audition and I make it down to the last 4, and to cut a long story short, Channel 4 didn't want me. Ah? Okay. Channel 4 didn't want me, but the production company did, and they made the effort and they fought for me. And myself and another presenter, we presented a show on Channel 4 called Vocation, Vocation, Vocation. We helped 10 teenagers around, made by the same people who make Location and Relocation, yeah. But we helped 10 teenagers around the world, around the country, sorry, to find out what they wanted to do with their career. From that, I actually landed a gig with Virgin Media, called Virgin Media Pioneers, where I go around and I interview people who have set up their own business. How many of you know would love to run your own business? Okay? If you get a chance, go and look at Virgin Media Pioneers and you'll see some of the stuff and the interviews I've done there. And it opened up a door for me. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying, you know, as I said to you guys before, whatever you put your mind together, you can achieve and you can believe. I don't like that cheesy stuff. Or, shoot for the moon. Shoot for the moon. And if you miss the moon, you land on the stars. I think if you shoot for the moon, if you don't mind that, you might land on your Uranus. Anyway, so, seriously, I was allowed to say that. It's a planet, sir. All right, it's a planet. Okay, oh my God, I'm in trouble. They don't invite me back. Think about it this way. Persist. Don't give up. You see me standing up here, and I say this to you, and the year 6 formers, you would have heard this before, but in 2001, I was running a successful company. We were running 6 figures at the time as well. I had a big house, I had a big car, I had a big head. I still have one, okay? Was running a business and not really thinking about tomorrow. 9/11 came, 2 planes flew into the tower, and I lost £250,000 of business overnight. I had to close down my business and get rid of staff. Not only that, I had to sell my house, because if I didn't sell my house, the bank was going to repossess it. They say bad luck comes in 3, so I've lost my business, I've lost my house. My wife and I were expecting our 2nd child. My wife miscarries, and we lose our 2nd child. What happens, guys? Crap happens. Sometimes life will throw you a horrible curve. It's not nice. Sometimes stuff will happen that will really throw you out. And I was thinking about the teacher, God rest his soul, that lost his life. Stuff like that happens, and it's horrible. And sometimes we've got to take the time and reflect and think about what's really serious for us. What is it that really matters? And you know what? You've got to be able to dust off and start again. Because life is going to be like that. I cried for weeks when my child died. But I had to sort myself out. A young girl who I'd spoken to, who I'd stopped from self-harming herself, she told me one day, she said, Dave, you know what? You and Madeline, my wife, used to call me up at 10 o'clock every night, and one night you called me up at 9:45, and when you called me up at 9:45, I couldn't take it anymore. I was just about to commit suicide, and I knew you were going to call me at 10. I knew you were going to call, and I was going to take some pills. And she said, you called me at 9:45, and you saved my life. And she said, you know what, and I respect you for that. And now, and she saw me in that situation, she said, you know what, Dave? I'm going to say to you the same thing you said to me back then. Never give up. No matter how dark it is, you can still keep going on. And I want to encourage you guys with the same thing. I don't know what your backgrounds are. I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know what your home situation is. I don't know about your parents. I don't know about your friends. But the one thing I can tell you now, and really mean it, is that every single one of you are magnificent. Every single one of you are beautiful. Every single one of you have got something in here that makes you special. You all have friends. And if you don't, add me on Facebook later, I'll be your friend, okay? But you all have friends. You all have people who will encourage you, who will take you to that next level, and hold on to it. Be confident. Be creative. Be committed. Be magnificent. You all are worth it. Every single one of you are worth it. You're definitely worth it. Thank you very much.